Welcome to Supernatural Japan, the podcast where we explore the ghostly, the mysterious, and the spine-chilling stories hidden in the shadows of Japan's rich cultural history. I'm your host, Kevin O'Shea, and tonight we're traveling to the dark depths of one of Japan's most haunting tales, the legend of Oiran Buchi, the Courtesan's Bridge. While this story is deeply rooted in Yamanashi Prefecture, its eerie echoes have reached places far and wide, including Sapporo. So, grab a cup of tea, dim the lights, and prepare yourself for a story of betrayal, tragedy, and restless spirits. Now, before we get into this tale, let's first learn a little more about what Oiran were. In Japan's Edo period, between 1603 and 1868, courtesans, or Oiran, were high-ranking women in the entertainment districts who combined beauty, intelligence, and artistic talent. They were much more than simple entertainers or prostitutes. They were cultural icons celebrated for their mastery of various refined arts. So here's a little bit of a breakdown of who they were and what they represented. Now, who were the Oiran? They were elite entertainers. They were the most prestigious courtesans in the licensed pleasure quarters, such as the Yoshiwara district in Edo, modern-day Tokyo. And unlike lower-ranking prostitutes, they served an elite clientele, including wealthy merchants and high-ranking samurai. They were skilled artists. They were trained in traditional Japanese arts, including calligraphy, poetry, music, playing the shamisen, dance, the tea ceremony. Their role often included providing cultural conversation and entertainment for their clients. They were trendsetters. Oiran were fashion icons of their time, known for their elaborate hairstyles, stunning kimonos, and ornate accessories. And their outfits often influenced broader trends in Edo period fashion. Now, the life of an Oiran. There was a strict hierarchy. Oiran were at the top of a rigid hierarchy within the pleasure quarters. Becoming an Oiran required years of training and talent, and only the most skilled women could achieve this rank. There were rituals and protocols. Meeting an Oiran wasn't simple. Clients had to go through a series of introductions and prove their wealth and social status. And even then, securing her time was costly and exclusive. There were public parades. Oiran occasionally participated in parades known as Oiran Dochu, where they walked through the streets in full regalia accompanied by attendants. And these parades were as much performances as they were displays of wealth and status. Now, by the late Edo period, Oiran began to lose their prominence due to the rise of geisha. Geisha focused more on refined entertainment and less on lavish displays of wealth, making their services more accessible. While Oiran were symbols of opulence and exclusivity, geisha became the more practical and modern entertainers. Today, the legacy of Oiran lives on in Japanese culture, and they are often portrayed in historical dramas or reenacted in festivals like the Oiran Dochu. And while their lives were glamorous on the surface, many Oiran faced significant challenges, as they were still part of a system that commodified women and restricted their autonomy. Oiran Buchi, or the Courtesan's Bridge, is more than just a name. It's the site of one of Japan's most infamous ghost stories. The tale takes us back to the Edo period, a time of samurai, gold mining, and a social hierarchy that left many at the mercy of the powerful. But with wealth came paranoia, and with paranoia came tragedy. So let's set the scene. Imagine a bustling mining village deep in the mountains. Men worked day and night extracting gold, the lifeblood of the local economy. The mine owners, wanting to keep morale high, brought in Oiran, the highest-ranking courtesans, to entertain the miners. These women weren't just beautiful. They were skilled in the arts of music, dance, and conversation. They brought a touch of elegance to an otherwise grueling life. But, as the story goes, these Oiran became a problem. The mine owners began to fear that the courtesans, who overheard secrets about the gold mines, might pass this information on to outsiders. What if they leaked the location of the treasure? Greed and paranoia consumed the owners, and they devised a chilling plan to protect their wealth. One crisp morning, the mine owners invited the Oiran on an excursion. They promised them a chance to see the breathtaking beauty of a gorge nearby. The women, dressed in their finest silk kimonos adorned with intricate patterns and vibrant colors, followed eagerly. They carried parasols to shield themselves from the sun and wore their best hair ornaments, excited for what seemed like a rare outing. But what the Oiran didn't know was that this would be their final journey. The group reached the bridge. It stretched over a deep gorge, its wooden planks creaking underfoot. As the Oiran admired the view, marveling at the beauty below, the mine owners put their plan into motion. Suddenly, the ropes supporting the bridge were severed. The women's laughter turned to screams as they fell, their colorful kimonos fluttering like petals as they plummeted into the abyss. The gorge was silent once more, save the faint rustle of wind and the distant echo of their cries. The mine owners thought they'd silence the courtesans forever, but what they failed to realize is that such acts of betrayal leave scars, not just on the land, but on the spirit. And from that day forward, strange occurrences began to plague the area. Travelers reported hearing mournful cries carried on the wind. Others claimed to see ghostly figures dressed in elaborate kimonos wandering near the gorge. Some who dared to cross the bridge at night spoke of feeling an unbearable weight, as though unseen hands were gripping their shoulders, urging them to look down into the darkness below. In more recent times, the site of the Oiran Buchi has become a destination for thrill seekers and paranormal enthusiasts. But locals warn against visiting the bridge after dark. They say the spirits of the courtesans remain restless, bound to the gorge where they met their untimely end. Some believe that if you stand on the bridge too long, you'll feel a hand on your back, pushing you forward, as if the Oiran were trying to pull you into their world. Is it guilt that keeps their spirits tied to this place? Or is it a desire for revenge? Whatever the reason, Oiran Buchi stands as a reminder of the consequences of greed and the pain of betrayal. If you ever find yourself near a lonely bridge in the mountains, take a moment to listen to the wind. You might just hear the echoes of those who were wronged. Thank you for joining me on this journey into the supernatural. If you enjoyed tonight's podcast, don't forget to subscribe and leave a review. And if you've ever encountered a ghostly tale or experienced something that you can't explain, I'd love to hear your story. You can always reach out to me at supernaturaljapan@gmail.com. Now, another thing, there's a couple of fantastic videos about the Oiran Buchi of modern-day folks visiting the location, or one of the supposed locations. If you don't already watch Critical Eats Japan on YouTube, you definitely should. It's a channel I've been following for many, many years, Critical Eats Japan. And 2 years ago, he made a video where he visited the location of Oiran Buchi, where it said, of course, this tale has a few different locations. And he even did a few food reviews there. So go check that out. I will put a link in the show notes to the Critical Eats Japan journey to Oiran Buchi. And so that's pretty cool. Now, of course, as I already mentioned, we've got some Supernatural Japan stickers, which I'd love to send to you. If you would like one, you can always email me again at supernaturaljapan@gmail.com. And of course, please look at our Instagram and Facebook and other social media. You can find the podcast on Instagram at Supernatural Japan. Please follow the Instagram. A lot of cool stuff over there. There's lots of pictures of the things I'm talking about in these episodes. So when I'm talking about Oiran Buchi, or if I'm talking about Awashima Jinja, these different places, you can go there to see all of the pictures. You can follow me on Blue Sky at Mad for Maple. And of course, we do have a Facebook page. The link is below. Until next time, Stay curious, stay cautious, and remember, not everything is as it seems in the shadows of supernatural Japan. Good night, everyone. Talk to you soon.